Hi everyone, welcome back to Dime Paints with Mike, and today we have the next stage of this fireworks painting that we've been working on. Unfortunately, I still haven't been able to find the G, but you know, we will have to dedicate some time to finding that as soon as we can. We're going to start off with number 3 if we've got it. So we'll just get number 3, yeah. So let me get my pen, and I'm not very well prepared today because I've been, it's a bit of a sad day really, and I'll go into that in just a few minutes. Now, obviously today, let's do a weather forecast today. Alexa, what is the weather forecast today in Braintree?
In Braintree, England, it's 9 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 10 degrees and a low of 3 degrees.
Now, that's that. And it's quite a sad day today because today is the 14th of November and it was the last ever episode of the BBC TV drama Doctors, which has been running since 2005. Now, it was running for 24 years. I've only really got into Doctors the last sort of couple of years or so, so I didn't know it existed until my mum started watching it, and then obviously I got started watching it, and that 30 minutes seemed like the fastest 30 minutes ever. You know, when you just feel like, oh, please be a couple more minutes of the movie left or the program left. And what they did was at the end of it, they got a drone to do the aerial shot of Mill Health Centre and then bringing it back, you know. And it was really sad to see it go, but what was great is that in the last couple of episodes, Dr. Heskey and Dr. Clay were resigning, and then all of a sudden in this episode, Sarah came back, and they said that the transfer ship over to Graham to run it had gone through, but there was a bit of a error, and they managed to fire Graham and bring back all the doctors that resigned. Luca came back as well, and they basically saved the surgery, and they all came back and withdrew their resignations and was open for surgery again. And then what was really lovely is this, after that aired, they had another like a celebratory thing of like the behind the scenes of how they do the show and all the cast and crew, and some of them, I think they said Dr. Clay was one of the ones from has been in nearly every episode. So yeah, I am feeling quite sad because obviously it's just, you know, when you love a program so much and you just can't wait for the next episode. Well, that's how it feels, and tomorrow's going to be hard because I'll come in from work and then I'll think to myself, oh right, I'll put Doctors on the replay, and of course it's not going to be there. You can watch obviously all the other episodes, but it will take like a few days to adapt that it's not going to be there. So yeah, it is a shame. I mean, because there is things that come with that, you know, all the actresses and actors that have now got to find other jobs because obviously the job that they were in doing Doctors is no longer going to be there. So I have seen the lady that plays Michelle and the lady that played, I don't know what her name is in the program, I forgot, but her real name is Bharti Patel, and Michelle, I don't know what her real name is, but Michelle was crept into EastEnders and so was Barty. So, because Barty was going out with, I'm going to go by a real name because I don't know what, Ruma, that was it. Her name was Ruma. And Barty Mattel was in EastEnders doing sort of dates with Harvey, who's played by Ross Boatman. And yeah, Michelle sort of briefly came in, and she has been doing like working with Cat and Alfie with Tommy and stuff. So it is going to be difficult because obviously they've now got to find new jobs and their agents will try to find them new roles to play and stuff. But with Bharti Patel in EastEnders, I don't think. I mean, obviously, we've only really seen her a couple of times with Harvey, haven't we? So I don't know if that's going to be a long-term sort of stint in the program or not. Same with Michelle. She seems to just be like a sort of a cameo sort of role. So yeah, I do feel sorry for all the people that are technically lost their jobs, but obviously they've now got to try and find a new job, which if you're in the acting industry, it's not going to take very long because roles are always coming up, you know. So yeah, so that's really, really sad. Oh, sorry, guys. That's really sad to see go. But as always, was some things online that said it could be revived, very similar to like Neighbours. I think Neighbours was suffering a bit of issues, but Hollyoaks has had a terrible time because, as I said, they had to really sort of restructure it, and they lost about 20 characters. So that's on the brink of going as well. And this is where I come in to sort of think to myself, well, how they say that doctors have had to go because of rising costs, but it still comes back to how do they have so much money to keep EastEnders going? How do they have so much money to keep Coronation Street going? And, you know, the problem we have on this TV platform is that there's far too many game shows. That is where they're wasting money because that money needs to be put to TV dramas. I think game shows is a complete waste of TV because TV to me is putting on a cup of tea, watching EastEnders or watching a nice movie, or, you know, it's not a game show. So I think that's where they're wasting all their money. I mean, during COVID-19, it was terrible. There was just like literally nothing on, and they had to keep putting like repeat things on. So I always remain hopeful, you know. Titanic. I remain hopeful that Doctors will come back. I'm very, very confident it will, because Axe doesn't mean necessarily that it's gone forever. You know, there is ways of bringing things back. So it's like Waterloo Road, for example, that got axed for quite some time and they've bring it back. So it is possible. We just don't know when. But I'm going to say that Doctors probably will come back in the near future. Now, I have found out, Hannah, that Denise Welch, because I tried to comment and YouTube is being a pain at the moment. I'll come on to that. But I tried to comment and tell you last night because I watched your Whip and Chat of the Two Birds. And yeah, apparently Denise Welch is coming back. Now, I'm not very happy with YouTube at the moment because I spent a good sort of 10 minutes or so replying to Hannah, and Crafting with Hannah did a whip and chat of her little birds, and she was saying that she eats turkey at Christmas. I was actually eating a mint Terry's chocolate orange while watching that. And then she was saying like she gets emails about people wants money from her to do with some sort of medical problem or something, like these scammers that go round, and I get them all the time. Like it's I tend to get more of like the emails that go, oh, we've seen your channel, but we could improve it for so and so much, and it's like, I don't want your help. Okay, clearly you're a scammer, and yeah. So yeah, it was really not very nice. You know, when people just go around doing that, because it is annoying, because as us creators we get hundreds of thousands of comments to get through, and it's just a waste of our time. So then she said something about she wanted to go back to the range or something. But yeah, I've noticed with the comment I put about, it was a good paragraph, and I thought, well, this is strange. As soon as I put it in, it got removed. And I was like, what the hell? Now, YouTube do have this thing where if it doesn't, like, say, like you comment and their automated process don't agree with it, they will remove it. But I've noticed the same thing has happened with Lazy Retired Granny, because I left a comment. She was commenting on my Harry Potter Crest video, and I left a comment, and all of a sudden it vanished. Now, sometimes that happens if you're blocked. Say, like a creator's blocked you, then obviously if you try to comment, it won't come through because there's a block in place. But I've noticed they've been doing it with channels that are not blocked, so I don't understand what they're playing at the moment, and it's so frustrating because I was like, I'm not writing all that all over again. So all I can say is if I don't comment on your video, there is a technical glitch with YouTube at the moment, which I'm trying to understand why it keeps doing it. And yeah, so yeah, I'm really, really sorry if you haven't received a reply. I'll always, if I watch your channel, I'll always like it and I'll always love heart it. So yeah, can't even remember what I put now. I think I said about Terry's chocolate orange, and oh, that was the other thing. She was saying something about when she goes to the range, she'll only pick up one item, and I left a comment saying, if that was me, I'd pick up like at least 2 bagfuls of shopping. But yeah, YouTubers for some reason removed the comments. So and also I'm going to notice that on YouTube Studio, you know where you used to have YouTube comments, and it would say, I think it's like video and then comment section, or the little tab that where it says comments, that now is saying community. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't navigate it properly. So to get to the comments now, they've changed the layout. You have to press the community button. Then it comes up with all different comments, and then like these random sort of like analytic things. So to get to the comments, you have to like press a different button to go for like the comment section. So they've changed that, and everything just keeps getting changed with YouTube. Like you just get used to one thing and then they're changing something else. It's really annoying. So yeah, it's really, really frustrating when you just get used to something and then all of a sudden it gets changed again. So yeah, and I am trying to find this thing, but I think I've accidentally removed it, so which means it's on this phone which is being recorded. So damn it. Okay, well, I can't get it then, but it was a comment that I got through today on my health review, and I'm not going to go into what it said, but I have taken care of that. Yeah, it was a horrible comment, and it says, I'm not going to repeat what it said, but I sort of think to myself, why watch my channel then? You know, you just make it. And you know, the funny thing is that, surprise surprise, no content. So it's always from these keyboard warriors, aren't they? So that's what I was just trying to find, but I can't find it because I think I have removed that, because I always screenshot it because then I can find the channel and then block them. So yeah, wasn't very nice at all, but you know, when you've been doing YouTube as long as I have, you sort of like don't take it personally. So a few years ago I would go, why am I getting these sort of comments? And then I sort of read it today and I sort of laughed it off and just ignored it, and we ignored it and blocked it. So yeah, but surprise surprise, no content again. So clearly they have nothing better else to do than to sit behind a screen just typing bullshit as per usual. So yeah, and then today we've had a problem with this locker. I need to get on to Hannah in a minute. We've had, I was ordering, wanted to place an order, and it came up saying that sunglasses was full. So the nearest available locker I could get access for availability for was Caden. And Caden is on the train station, which is like the next stop away from here. And I could get the train, but I didn't really want to pay £3 just for like one stop up the road, and it's quite a long walk if you walk it. But I was sitting in waiting all day, and then it came up saying something to do with, let's have a look here. So it came up saying with this. Now, I can't understand how, but basically, let's see what we can do here. So, yeah, basically it came up saying, delivery attempted, unable to access locker. Now, I'm not being funny or nothing, but a locker is made accessible to the public. It sits on a train station with nothing blocking it. You cannot block the locker. And yeah, I was so angry because like I pay for a next day service, okay? I pay £8.99 a month to get next day delivery, and I thought that was a complete foul excuse. So got on the live chat with Amazon, and they very kindly sent me a £5 gift card that I could use on my account. So because I won't let them get away with it, you know, at the end of the day, I pay a next day delivery charge, and I expect my things on time regardless. You know, I'm very hot on delays, you know. For example, if I've bought a couple of things with Peacocks before and they've not got it here on the next day. So what they do is they adjust it and they refund me the difference for standard delivery. So if they took an extra day, I would get like a percentage back because, you know, I'm paying for that service, which I'm not getting. So I will not. And so, yeah, it wasn't best pleased. And then today they've said they've delivered it. Now I'm sort of thinking, do I get it? Do I not? Because the juice is like, you sort of think, is it sitting in a cold van overnight? Is it going to be sitting in the factory? Yeah, I just don't know. But then I got some Oreo. That was the other thing Hannah was mentioning, something to do with Oreo Coke or something. So I think she said it comes from B&M, so I'll have to have a look for that. I do that. And so I got these chocolate Oreo, double chocolate brownie Oreo biscuits, and what I thought I'd do is I'll film this first, because if I go now, because I've got to go to 2 different lockers today, then I'm not going to get this done. So I thought I'll go now, and then I can go up to Sunglass, the Braintree Freeport locker, grab that, and then take a stroll back. But I'm not really looking forward to the long walk, but if it saves on train fare, then yeah, great. So that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. And then this will probably be my, this is going to be my only diamond painting session today, and then probably settle down to Big Brother. Now, Big Brother is finishing tomorrow, which I'm sort of relieved about, because all these live streams have just completely buggered up my sleep. So, yeah. So, and then we get one day off, and then it's in the jungle. So, but apparently this year they're not doing the plank. The plank has been axed by ITV bosses. And there's a lady on TikTok that she does a video of her hotel room is sort of like facing that building, so everyone sort of wants that room to watch. And yeah, they're not doing that this year. So what was I going to tell Hannah? There was something else. It's gone, Hannah. I'm really sorry. Oh yes, I know what it was. Right. So Hannah let me see if I can get the picture. Hannah has won the giveaway. It was out of Pauline and Hannah. And Hannah's won the giveaway, and I am in the process of getting that sorted for you. Now, I have had to delay it a bit because I went up to the locker. We've got this new DPD locker, right? And it's supposed to be, it's a locker where normally InPost is just InPost and Amazon is just Amazon. This locker is DPD, Raw Mail, and UPS all in one locker. And the last few times I've tried to use it, it keeps saying it can't recognise the barcode. So I spoke to the manager in the co-op next door, and I said, like, can you sort of raise an issue, because obviously there's no number on the locker, you can't phone anyone on the locker. And normally what happens is lockers are normally placed outside shops or in shopping precincts, but normally more times than not they're next to a shop, because what happens is the shop is paid a commission for having that locker. So they're sort of having like a, they sort of like have a some sort of connection or agreement for that locker. And so I spoke to the manager and she flagged it with their head office, and has tried to get to the bottom of why it's not working, because apparently another man's gone in and complained because he can't get any parcels used either. So I went up there yesterday and it looks as if it's working, but we've got a further problem now. So it says, please do not post any items without a postage label attached. Any items without a label will be returned to the sender. And I don't understand that, because it clearly says that with QR, it says drop off or parcel station. Now, this locker apparently is supposed to be a locker where you can print the label. So I need to figure out whether the QR code would be like you zap it on the machine and then it prints it, or whether you have to buy the label and then take it. But that locker is supposed to print the label so that you can put it on at the same time. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. The DPD side of it is playing up as well. So I just done a test on the Raw Mail one because I didn't have any DPD lockers on parcels on me at the time. So I just did a test with, I've got to return something back to Amazon. So I thought, well, I'll just test it with the barcode and see if it recognises it. So it's done it. So while I'm up there today, Hannah, what I'm going to do is see what the next screen says on the next option. Because the shop that I use for DPD, they have a lot of problems trying to scan it. It just seems like everywhere I take a DPD parcel, they just seem to struggle trying to scan it, even though the label's like the QR code's there, you know. And this is Hannah was speaking about that last night, about she's having some problems with Every, because Every used to allow you to use a QR code and put a parcel into the locker. Well, now they're saying that apparently you can't put it into the locker. Let's have a look here. So Every InPost locker. So now they're saying that apparently Every shops won't accept InPost parcels, so you'll need to stick with InPost lockers and shop with those. But that's not what I'm looking for, so that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah, so it says no, that's not it. Can I post, can I hang on, drop every parcel off at InPost locker? I just wanted to cover this, Hannah, because there is a problem here. It's saying here, InPost can accept every parcels, but only if they have a printed barcode. If you've got a digital QR code or a label that needs to be printed at a store, unfortunately, we can't accept those. So make sure your label is ready to go before you head to one of our lockers. Now, this is ridiculous because a few years ago, they used to be able to let you, if you had a QR code for Every, you could drop it off at the locker. And what normally happens, you don't put a label on it. The driver comes with the label and sticks it on. I don't know why they've pulled out of doing that, but apparently you now have to have a label before you can put it in there. So for me, I normally buy the ink cartridges that come from Argos, but they're really, really expensive. I get a little tiny cartridge, like it's probably like the size of a little block. And I probably only get about 12 to 14 sheets out of that. So it's very, very expensive. So I tend to do a lot of QR codes. So yeah, it's going to cause a bit of a problem if you don't have a label with it. So you can obviously go to an every parcel shop, but yeah, I just thought I'd let you know, Hannah, on that one, because as I say, I tried to comment and YouTube is being a pain in the ass, and for some reason is removing the comment that I put on. So I don't know whether that's a glitch in the system or what, but it was really annoying because I spent like 10 minutes writing that out, and yeah, and then it removed it, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I've commented now, so I give up. So yeah, I thought I'll cover it in this video, so just be careful with that, Hannah. But yeah, so the plan of action is I'm going to try it again today. I just want to see how you do the printing, because I'm not used to, I only ever deal with Amazon lockers or InPost lockers. I've never really done a DPD locker before, because it's a bit more high tech. There's like a label machine thing on there so you can print your labels. So I'm going to test it again today and see what they're doing, what to do on that one. And then we can get your parcel moving for you. So yeah. Oh, that's not a one, but that's just seeped in the tray by error. And then I've got, oh, I just want this week out of the way, because I've got a few engagements that I've got to do, and once this week's done, that's it. And then I don't think I've got any more until next week with the plumber. The plumber's got to come around and fix this tap that keeps constantly dripping. Like, it's not even a drip anymore, it's just a continuous flow, but a very slow flow of water. But I spoke to my water board, and they said that they will give me an allowance thing to cover the leakage, because obviously it's not my fault. So they're gonna like waive the bill, I think they said. So yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that next week, and then it's pretty much not much now until obviously Christmas. Probably be the oh yes, tomorrow is Children in Need, so that's going to be taking up the whole of BBC One, but it's going to be hard because I like to watch the bit when EastEnders are in it, because they do like a funny sort of like musical thing. But it's going to be hard with Big Brother. Like, there's too much on TV. I think they'll put it on iPlayer, but I just think 7 till like 2 in the morning is far too much for Children in Need thing. They should have it for like a couple of hours max. But yeah, so yes, don't worry, Hannah, I've not forgotten. Technically, when I do a giveaway, I do normally allow 21 days. So I like to, it can go from any day, but normally I like to set like 21 days for you to get it. So yeah, it is. Leave it with me. I've just got to do a few more tests to see whether the locker will print the label. If not, then we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, do a QR code, and do it through the shop and wait about half an hour for them to get it to scan, because it's not like they'll sit there with the scanner and it just will not scan it. And apparently the trick is you've got to be really still. If you keep moving like that, it's got to be dead still, and then it does it. But Yodel picks up all the time. But yeah, so because I thought you could go with the locker, use the QR code, and it will just open the door and you put it in, because that's what InPost does. You take the QR, you put it in, the driver comes along with the label, but DPD are being a bit of a pain at the moment with them, so yeah, I've just got to remember when I do the test today, don't put the parcel in there because it hasn't got a label on it, so yeah. Okay, so where was we up to, number 1? So yeah, as you can see, I'm single placing because I've got to try and last this over another 2 weeks yet, so there's no rush for this painting. I'm taking November as a sort of like a relaxed sort of diamond, a relaxed sort of schedule. And thank you very much, Yvonne, with Shenanigans with the Bergs, who very kindly said I have an infectious what was it, excitement or something. I get very excited with you know, when it's like something new and you're seeing it for the first time. So I'm glad I made you smile. It's always nice when you get compliments, isn't it? Like if you feel like you're doing like making someone happy and stuff, you know. So yeah, I like to, because I come from like a theatre background. I've always done musical theatre, like helping out with crew and stuff. I always like to entertain people and make people laugh. I think, you know, it's making someone's day brighten up, you know. Perhaps you've had like a really bad day or you need a bit of laughing to cheer you up. Well, I'm the channel for that. But yeah, there'll be lots of singing in December, Yvonne, so I hope you can listen along with me or sing along with me. But yeah, so what's tomorrow, Friday? Probably going to be another session of this. And obviously the weekends I don't put anything up, so... But then if it's supposed to be the final of Big Brother, shall I do like an unboxing as like a Big Brother final treat or something? It's been really strange in Big Brother because all this time there's been these mirrors in the bedroom. Well, it turns out that these mirrors are rooms to secret, you know, task rooms and stuff. So it's a bit like Narnia with the Lion Witch and the wardrobe. And they go through the wardrobe with them in the snow, you know. And what they've been doing is it's called the Vault, and apparently they've been evicting 2 housemates, and it's been like backdoor evictions. So obviously when they do a backdoor eviction, they have to stop the live because obviously you would see who's gone. But yeah, they did, I think it was 1 the night before, and then they kicked off another 2 because, as I'm sure you can appreciate, they cannot kick everyone out on one night. There's not going to be enough time. So they're down to, I think there's 5 housemates. So what will happen is they will, every series they'll probably do a backdoor eviction. And then what will happen is that it will be a lot of, right, this housemate goes, have a chat. This housemate goes, have a chat. They'll keep kicking them out and having a chat with them. And then they'll do the next one, the next one, you know. So it's going to be a long night with Big Brother. But the good news is, live stream won't happen because there's no one in the house to actually, you know, watch during the live stream. Late and live probably will be cut by half an hour because I imagine Big Brother final will be on for an hour and a half. So yeah, normally when they're on for an extra bit of time, they cut half an hour of late and live off. So, but you never know, it could be an hour. You just don't know. And then I was watching Liz Harrison, and oh man, she unboxed some gorgeous products. It was like this little tiger with a bow tie on, and there was like lights around his body, and then there was what else was it? Oh yes, a German Shepherd. and I really like them. So problem is that they're with GBFKE, and I don't shop with them because ever since I literally placed one order with them, and the first ever order they got wrong, and since that day I've never shopped with them since. So as much as I would like to, I don't want to. So yeah. Oh, it's looking very dark and gloomy over here yet again. It's always this. What I hate about living in Braintree is the fact that everything just is. You never get decent weather. It's always the crap, shitty weather. You know, it's. And Hannah was saying last night something about she wants to get stage lights or something because she has the same problem. This room's terrible for filming because obviously it's got a beam running through the ceiling. If you've ever watched my live streams, you'll see that I often reference the beam. So that is quite difficult. And I film like right next to the window to try and get the daylight. And yeah, it's just not having it. So I might have to look at some of them. But if you want towels, because you also mentioned something about bath towels, the range do a hell of a lot. So you might want to look in there because our store in Chelmsford is, I mean, I don't know how far Chelmsford is from you, but you might want to take like perhaps a train trip down to Chelmsford and just check it out because it is proper big in there. You've got like a big upstairs section. Don't forget they've bought Wilkinson's, so they've got like a kitchen section of Wilkinson's, and apparently it was on the news today that Homebase has now gone under. So apparently Wilkinson's were due to buy it, but they reckon it's because there's too much competition with B&Q and Wickes. And this outlet where Homebase was, they had B&Q and B&M's or something there. So I wonder what B&M stands for. Alexa, what does the shop B&M stand for?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the shop known as B&M has the initials of B meaning bargains and M meaning more. Thus, the shop's name is simply Bargains and More.
Right. Bargains and More. Interesting. So yeah, I think what I'll do is catch up on because obviously Doctors has sadly come to an end now. I think what I'll do is watch, catch up on when I went away to Butlins for my birthday in November. I missed 4 episodes of Big Brother, so I need to catch up with them. Although I've watched like the later series, I just feel like I need to catch up with them. Talking of Doctors, they're probably like you know, all the actors are probably watching at home the final series as well. So yeah. So I think what I'll do is I need to do a bit of, you know, colour filling here. So I think what we'll do is we'll push this to one side for the minute and we'll do a bit of the 4 drill here. And then we can get that. I think this is sort of like hair or something, because obviously that's the boy's head or the man's head. And then you've got the woman here with a bit of the black, because they're facing watching the fireworks, so this must be the black hair that she's got. So yeah, we'll do that, get some of that done. But yeah, I literally don't have the G or H in my thing, so I don't know whether we ran out and that's why we ain't got none, but I'll have to like sift through some spares. But I desperately need an 823 and a 550. 550 I think I've got loads of packs with them in, because that colour keeps cropping up, so I can pinch that. 550 is a very sort of vibrant purple colour, so I can pinch that. That's not going to be a problem, so I can pinch it from another pack. So yeah, baby. Okay, so now let's do a bit. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this little section here, and then I'm going to call that a session. I can't believe nearly 45 minutes has already gone. I just don't feel like I've done anything on this session. It literally feels like I've done 2 lines. That's, you know, I just, yeah. But yes, on that note, we will do the last 2 here. And that'll be that. So that is that done for another session. As you can see, there's not a lot left to go, but trying to stretch this over 2 more weeks is going to be a challenge. I think the next session we'll have to work on this massive dollop of pink here, and then perhaps the purple. We can do a sliver of the 3-in-1 there, but I need to I need J as well. J's another colour, 948, that I need, because I can't get any of this done up here, and that's literally up here. I need a patch up there, but there's bound to be some of these in my spares, like in other kits that I can pinch it from, you know, there's got to be. But yeah, I'm going to try and last it as best as I can. But thank you very much for watching. As I say, very sad to see Doctors go. One of my favourite dramas, which a bit lost on what to watch now. But yeah, but anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Always tap that notification bell. And also, it is the King's birthday today, so happy birthday to His Majesty. He's celebrating his birthday today, which was quite nice. Obviously, like, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell if you want to be notified of all the videos that I do. And we will see you very soon for another session of this fabulous painting. Take care. Bye-bye.